Guys, another busy day. We're back at the job sites. We're at one of our projects. This is a triplex. Last time we were here we just finished gutting the place. Now we've completed a portion of the plumbing, completed the HVAC, and electricians are working right now underway, completing the electrical work. Let's go inside. Busy day today. We've had a couple of inspections. It's 11:30 a.m. By now, I've already completed 3 inspections, 1 with the structural engineer, 2 with city inspectors at different projects that we're working on. So here we are inside the project. You can see some of the electrical wires have already been pulled and ran. Pot lights placements is already done, right up on the ceiling. HVAC ductwork, ERV installation, as you guys can see as well, is completed. That's the venting for the exhaust fan. That's going to be modified because the sizing is too big. It has to be a 5-inch. So the pipe that we have over there is a 6-inch pipe exhaust for the kitchen exhaust hood. But with a 6-inch, if you don't have enough clearance to the neighbor's property, the way it's so close, you have to install a fire damper. That gets pretty expensive, so we're gonna have to have the engineer resize this to a 5-inch based on the building inspector. That way we can save the cost on fire dampers. When you're working in tight spaces in the city, a lot of different things come into play where you've got to really be careful with what you do. And there's ways in which you can save costs. So for example, here, if we have to install a fire damper, you're gonna be spending an extra $1,500 just to install the fire damper. Now we're gonna mitigate that cost by calling our engineer and having it redesigned and re-engineered. So this project, we're also utilizing 200 amp service. So you'll notice that even the dryers that we're using here are gas dryers. So this is the laundry room, and the dryer is going to be using gas instead of high voltage power. So this is because this is a triplex now. Initially we were here last time, this was gonna be a duplex, but the clients decided to change their mind and go with a triplex instead. So we just got permits last week on Friday. This is basically your main unit. You're gonna come in. Okay, this is gonna be all walled up. You're gonna come in through here. This is gonna be an entrance to the main floor unit. And there's gonna be a separate door here that's gonna be leading up to the second floor unit. So there's gonna be access to 2 separate units from here. Okay guys, now we're gonna go upstairs. So that's the main door. We're just gonna go right upstairs. Individual laundry room, bedroom. So the front of the house, very spacious bedroom. So there's 2 bedrooms here. 1 bedroom back there, 1 bedroom over here. And you've got basically the kitchen, living area over there. So this is it. So now basement's gonna have its own separate unit. But also let's kind of, before we do that, let's go into the garage, right? So you guys can kind of see what's happening in the garage. Pretty solid structure. If they decided to change this into a garden suite, of course, we're gonna have to raise up the heights, get rid of the garage door. But overall, fairly strong structure. We can reinforce it, reinforce the slab here as well, and we can build a garden suite. It could be a nice studio unit here. Basement's got its own side entrance. So each of the units have their own entrances. As you guys saw, from the front of the home, you can access the main floor, and there's stairs that going up to the second unit for the second floor. On the basement, you have to go from the side of the home. So it's got its own entrance from the side, from this alleyway, walkway, between the houses. Basement, you'll observe all the plumbing is completed. All the pipes already ran here. Electricians have already kind of started the work, but this is gonna be 1 unit basically in the basement here. It's a 1-bedroom unit, separate entrance, kitchen, living room, and it's got its own individual laundry, and it's got individual metering for hydro. So it's all independent, separate from each of the units. We're gonna add fire separations here on the wall, on the ceiling, and resilient channels, fire rated insulation, 5/8 drywall to make sure that it's safe and sound for fire protections as well as noise cancellation. Because everyone is looking for an excuse to kind of push the job back. So how it works is that, if you're not ready, the contractor or subcontractor that's coming in is going to want to push the job back, and you just have to kind of make sure that it doesn't get pushed back and the job moves on. Basically, I'm a glorified babysitter. So what happened was the other guy that was going to pour the concrete, they helped the other guys clean up their mess, their garbage, their demolition waste. But then when it came time for the other team to help them with their dirt, they just ran off. So that's why they're like, okay, well, pardon my French here, right? But they said, then we're leaving too, we're not gonna work. And the boss calls me later like, yeah, the guy's left. I'm like, oh, man. So now I have to bring everyone back, and I have to kind of make sure that everyone does what they're supposed to do and help each other so we can execute and pour the basement concrete slab. Project here right now, it's a duplex, but might be converted to a triplex potentially. Right now, this is a single family home, detached. It's a duplex. We've started work here about 4 weeks ago. Let's go in for a little walkthrough. A very exciting project. You'll see on the exterior, we've got the heat pumps that are already installed. We've already finished all the demolition work. We've finished the plumbing for the most part. HVAC also for the most part is done as well. A little bit of demolition still remains, of course. As you're walking into the property, you'll notice some of the plumbing lines already ran. Some of the ERV units are already installed. And basically this is going to be a 1 unit on the main floor, and second floor is 1 unit. And on the basement, you've got a separate entrance to it from the back. That'll be the basement unit. So it's a 2-unit system set up here. Back here is a very solid structure that could be potentially converted to a garden suite. At the moment, the clients don't have any plans. On our way to look at another project that we're starting. We just fenced it up last week. We've just got the permits. We're in the process right now of disconnecting the hydro. It's going to be a full tear down, full excavation, demolition. We're going to get our excavator over there and knock this thing down. It's at the heart of the city, and I'm not going to really tell you where it is. It's top secret. We'll tell you later. But it's going to be a 3-story building, brand new foundations, metal steel structure, heavy gauge steel. It's going to be a fourplex with the option for a garden suite in the back. It's about 4,000 square feet. Very exciting, flat roof, modern designs, and looking forward to demolishing that thing, knocking it down and getting started. You'll see on the side over here, it's basically a tear-down ready home. We're waiting for Toronto Hydro to come here and do our disconnects here. The hydro is still connected to the bungalow. Once Toronto Hydro comes and does the disconnects this week or potentially next week, we're going to have our excavators here, and we're doing a full demolition excavation with the excavator. This entire structure is going to be demolished and excavated, and it's going to make way for a brand new structure, which is going to be a 3-story plus the basement. So there's going to be 4 units in here. It's approximately 4,500 square feet total GFA, and it's going to have a nice modern design, flat roof, hand framed. Individual heat pumps for all of the units, the typical stuff that we do here at Plexcon Construction. It's going to have individual metering, upgraded water services, upgraded sewer services. Let's see if we can take a peek inside, possibly. Just give me a second here. So guys, let's go inside and have a peek, please. Which baby is calling me now? Give me a second. All right, guys, we're inside the project now. You'll see it's basically trash. Everything is trash. It's old vinyl floors. It's basically garbage. Like everything is salvage. This is what you call a salvage property. It's been abandoned. It's been sitting here for over the past year while the clients was getting permits. And they've got a permit for the garden suite as well in the back, which we can go check out. But again, we are not probably going to be exploring the garden suite anymore. But it's a nice deep lot. Okay, it's a very deep property, a lot of potential, guys. So when you're buying a property and look next door as well, they're also building something really nice. We're building something like that over here, basically is what it is. So when you're here, the key advantage here is, if you look behind us, that's the laneway. So if you were to put a garden suite here at the back, there's a laneway at the back where you could basically just have that in the garden suite. So that's the beauty of it, you know. Now look at that. Look at that. Look at how it looks like it's from the Hansel and Gretel, this little cottage here. It looks like a cottage back here. Maybe too pissed at the price escalation on his project. As a result of the increase of square footage, the client has increased about 800 square feet on their build, which is adding additional cost now for their build out. So let's call the client and see how they react to this huge acceleration on their costing. Here we go. Yeah, it's a nice FJ Cruiser back there. Nice. You don't see those nowadays. Old school. You back earlier. I was just trying to get you the best possible price. So we can discuss this over the phone when you call me back. But long story short, because of the increase in the square footage and going back, looking at all the notes in the past and just looking at the whole overall project, we're gonna have to be sitting at 1 mil. There's an acceleration of about $149,000 because of the increase in square footage. And that will give you everything, including the Mitsubishi as well, of course, as drawn. Of course, because of the longevity of the relationship and more projects coming, we are giving you this price at foot. We're here now. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me, but we got a mask on because we're going into a project now that's in demolition stage. So here, we just got to be, more mindful. We've already tested it for asbestos. There's no asbestos here. Everything is good. So we're just going to go inside now. We had attic insulation removed by the blown foam contractor, and let's go inside. So this is basically fully gutted. We're going to take down the ceiling probably in the next 2 days. That's like the old insulation from the ceiling that there's no asbestos. It's been tested, so everything is clean. Everything is good. The boys are here working. They're just demolishing piece at a time. So by the end of the week, the demolition would be well underway, mostly completed. Hopefully, we're trying to get this roof off. Give us a big skylight here. Basically, this whole roof is going to come off. You got a convertible. I come to remove the insulation, bro. He never came, right? Let me call him. He's supposed to come here, man. There's still half of it left, right? See, there was someone that was supposed to come to remove the insulation. They never came, so now I'm gonna have to call their boss to see what happened. They were supposed to be here at 11 a.m. You can see this section here, all the insulation, the old rotten insulation is removed. That section that still has insulation, it's gotta get removed. Once that's removed, it doesn't irritate their skin, it's easier to work, and they can get their job done faster. So we've got the head chef is here in the back. You can record him on the video. He's basically pulling all the strings, orchestrating this thing. Okay, we're gonna go to the basement. So the basement, it used to be a regular basement. No, you're good, bro. You're good. You've become a celebrity. You were in the last video that we posted up. You were there. Yes, sir. Exactly, you set up a good content. So here, this used to be basically just, like a regular concrete slab. One of our pros here, who specializes in the concrete, has demolished everything here. We've gone down to the soil. He's gonna start the underpinning process here very soon. He's already starting to mark right now. So with underpinning, you have to mark up the walls based on the design. So this design is gonna call for a 1-2-3, 1-2-3 setup. You have to leave a certain amount of space for each mark, and then you can only dig one section at a time, because if you were to dig the entire section to lower the basement, so basically underpinning, what we're doing with underpinning is a way for us to increase the height of this basement. There's not enough height here, so we're gonna do underpinning to get more height in this basement. You have to do it in a careful way, and we're gonna come back now for the second video where you can see where he's marking a 1, 2, 3. Then he's gonna continue the markings 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 throughout the whole basement. And he's only gonna dig hole number 1, for example. Once all the hole number 1s have been dug and been reinforced, the engineer is gonna come in and make an inspection report to make sure that, yes, you guys are good to go, pour the concrete. We're gonna pour on all the 1 number throughout the entire basement. Then we go to number 2, then we go to number 3. So it's a couple of steps of a process. It gets done in 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how easy everything is. Here, the soil is very good. I've seen a lot worse situations where you have a lot of groundwater. Here, we're finding there's not a lot of groundwater. It's very stable soil. It's good. This is gonna be an easy in and out situation because we've got the pros here. We finished over here. A lot of progress just in just a few days. And we're moving ahead now to the next job site, so let's see what's going down. Your best customer is calling. What's happening?
I talked with another customer.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's happening with the insulation?
He reached the attic.
Yeah, the 228. Yes.
The attic, he said he's doing today 100%.
Okay. It's 3 o'clock, right? So just checking in to see, making sure he comes.
Yeah, he promised me. I had a fight with him.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, we'll talk to you soon then. Okay, thank you.
Okay, and the latest one today is done.
Perfect, amazing. Do you have any photos or?
If you want, I can ask him to take a video for you.
Perfect, and then I also need, if you don't mind, for 462. This was a long time ago, but I need you to give me the
Daily report.
daily report, certificate, and then whatever the
Okay.
chemical detail. If you can send that to me for that one, and also 679. Thank you.
Okay, I will send it to them.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
We're pulling in, guys. We're pulling in. Let's go. Let's go. Go time. We're gonna check up on these workers, see what they're doing. Looks like the second Plexmobile is there, and we're gonna see what's going on here. Let's see what the boys are doing. Never a dull moment. So stucco is for the most part completed, and we're just going to the back of the property. There's some concrete work that's happening here. We're reinforcing the garage to be able to support the new garden suite. We've got a fine gentleman here working on the concrete work. I guess you're working on the concrete, right? Yes, yes. Perfect. Yes. Oh, cleaning up. Okay, perfect, perfect. The gentleman here is cleaning. So basement now, as you guys can see, we were here earlier. The concrete was not poured. The concrete has been poured successfully. There's a lot of groundwater on this site now compared to the last site that we were at, where the pump has to more or less run almost 24 hours. I'm not sure why he left the stones there, but he's supposed to remove the stones. All right, guys, we're off to the next site. Let's go. It's gonna be a new project that is basically just recently acquired by one of our clients, and they are meeting right now on site. I'm gonna be meeting an architect there just to kind of go over what can be done, what cannot be done at this project. Should be there very soon. It's also a single family home right now at the moment. It's going to be getting a conversion to a fourplex, potentially fiveplex. We're still going over the options with the clients at the moment. Yeah, it's my first time at this site. I don't think I've been here before. It's the very first time. It's still in the same neck of the woods where we operate with Plexcon Construction. So it's very easy to maneuver our teams from one site to another, which makes us very nimble and agile, and also helps us kind of execute the project faster. Look what we got here. We already have the architect. She's already on site. Oh man, okay, my colleague's here too. Alan is here. Nice. We're having a party here. The whole gang is here. BuildX is here. Got Alan here. What's up, man? How are you doing, brother? I'm gonna pass the mic on to you. I've had a long day. How are you? Yeah.
So about a month ago, one of my clients reached out to me looking for a 4+1 build. I work with his realtor to find this property here, and they just closed on it last week.
So this is a 1.5 story with a basement. It's going to require underpinning to get the ceiling heights to meet the required minimum code. And then we're going to do a top up. So a 2-story addition on top and an extension off the rear. So we're going to maximize the size of the building, make it a 4-unit property, and then convert the garage into a 5th unit. All right, so we have the garage here. It's a concrete block structure. It's actually in great shape. So what we're going to do is convert it into a studio unit. That way that we can grandfather its location. It doesn't currently meet the required setbacks, but if we keep the structure where it is, then we can grandfather it in place. And it's a good size, building, so we can convert that into a studio unit.
So for this building here, we're gonna do an extension in the back here, do a diggle as well, and then we're gonna add 2 stories on top.
You can see that the surveyors are on site and they're taking a survey and the topographical grading. That's important whenever you're doing an extension or a new build. We'll need to make sure you have an updated survey, you have the grading so that we can determine what the building height is and make sure that we're meeting all the zoning bylaws. So one of the main things we want to do here, by keeping the existing structure, we're allowed to maintain the side walls. Even though they don't meet the zoning that's typically allowed, we're able to grandfather those in place and then keep the same setbacks and extend it off the back. So that's one of the main benefits when you're converting a building, is you can grandfather some of those setbacks sometimes. Here you can see the existing heating system is a gas furnace, hot water tank. These will be fully taken out, ductwork will be taken out, and the units will be supplied with heat pumps, likely ducted heat pumps to supply the bigger units. They'll each have their own hot water, so then the units will be fully separated and they'll have their own controls for heating and cooling. So this floor is the second level. It's kind of a half level, and it's going to be fully demolished, so the roof's coming off, and we're going to be rebuilding the floor, rebuilding the entire structure. So we're going to have a full second story and a third story on top. So it's going to be huge, and we're also going to extend off the back. So all of this will be going, so watch out for the transformation.
So right now we're going to a site on Eglinton. It's going to be a 4+1 build. We're going to do a one-story top-up and an extension in the back with a garden suite. I'm the sales director at Plexcon Construction. So I work primarily on the sales side. I work with clients like investors, even first-time home buyers that want to build things like garden suites, or they want to build a multiplex and they want to live in one of the units. For the Oakwood property that we just saw, the client reached out to me looking for a 4+1 build, but they haven't found a property yet. So what I did was I worked with their realtor to comb through a couple properties, and then we found the property that could be a good fit, and then we passed it on to Victoria BuildX just to confirm that we can do a 4+1 on it before they close on the property. And you know what, there are a lot of realtors that aren't used to this space, so it's really our job to educate them just to make sure they're buying the correct property when they're doing this type of build. Yeah, so we're at the Leaside area checking out a new project coming up. It's going to be a 4+1, and we're just meeting Victoria from BuildX at the site. Okay, so we're back with Victoria from BuildX Design to check out this property here at Leaside. It'll be a one-story top-up with an extension, and it'll be a 4+1 with a garden suite.
So we're standing here on the main level, this two-story house. The main floor will be fully gutted. It's going to be one unit, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and then we're actually extending off the back as well, building another full story, third story, as well as a garden suite at the back. So this is the rear wall. We're going to fully blow this out and extend it off the back. It's going to be a total of about 55 feet long, so a much larger building. And they'll have new footings, new foundations, and this will extend all the way to 3 stories plus a full basement. So it's going to be an incredible build. And then looking at the back here, we'll also have a garden suite, and there's some trees. So one thing to keep in mind are the root systems, making sure you're out of the tree protection zone and making sure that you're avoiding any damages to the root system.
Okay, so we're in the basement here. Underpinning wasn't necessary, but the client wanted higher ceiling height, so we're gonna underpin down to 8 feet. And then here's gonna be the furnace that will be taken out. We're gonna install a heat pump there. And then on the back of this property, we're gonna do an extension, so we're gonna do a dig out for the basement as well to extend the whole property.
Yeah, and one thing to note is the structure is concrete block, so it's actually in decent shape, so that'll be a good way that we can underpin, make sure that the structure is still well intact. And these walls will be fully framed out, re-insulated, so we'll have a nice warm basement as well. So one thing about these extension projects is you're going to have a brand new rear addition, but you'll have an existing front building. The one thing you want to think about is tying in the materials, right? So the existing building is brick. Brand new, we're thinking siding or stucco. So we'll likely tie in and cover up this existing brick and really make it look like a uniform, brand new building in its entirety. So the transformation will be actually quite huge. So yeah, thanks for joining us on this tour. Feel free to reach out to Plexcon or BuildX Design for any future multiplex needs.